we have a new release today, which is very, very exciting. It is our November release. Can you believe that it is November already? Because I certainly cannot. This year is going so quick, yet so slow at the same time. So I hope that you're all having a really good day today. So I have lots of new products to share with you. And also the lovely Kathleen will be behind the Altenew badge today. So if you do share this live stream, you are in with a chance of winning a $15 gift certificate to the Altenew store. I'm just making sure that everything is working on our end and the lovely Kathleen is behind the badge. So I'm going to move you guys down now so you can all see what's happening. And I am sorry, I think that I am getting a little bit of a cold. So I'm sorry if I do keep coughing and spluttering through the live stream. I am sorry. So again, like I said, I'm going to move you guys down now so we can take a look at the new products that we have in this release. Sorry, my phone is there because that's where I'm going to see my little comments, because the WhatsApp on my computer is not working today. So hopefully we will be able to keep up with the products. And I didn't do the transition, so. Right, let's start again. We'll edit all that bit out. No? Okay, so we are going to start with the stamps. So this one is the sparkled, and as you can see here, we have a really beautiful stamp set. I'm going to move you guys up again so we can see the whole of the stamp set, hopefully. Okay, we're not going to get it all in. My camera's not going to allow me to go that far up, but this one is the sparkled. So we have a really pretty flower in here, as well as flower layers, leaves, and some really pretty sentiments there too. So that one is sparkled. So as well as the stamp set, we do have the die set, which is going to cut out that flower and those leaves, and we also have the mask stencils. We will be using this one today. Then we have the cartoon rose, and this one, like it says, is a really beautiful rose, but in more of a cartoony style rather than realistic. You can see just how well it stamps out here. As well as the stamp set, we do have the die set, which is going to cut out the two flowers. We have that beautiful rose and the bud, and then we have the mask stencil too. I am not sure why everything went really dark then. I'm trying to get a bit more light in. Hopefully we should be okay. So that one is the cartoon rose. Then we have the pen sketched silhouette. So if you did love the pen sketch flowers, but you wanted them in more of a silhouette style, this one is right up your street. So you can see here that we have the really beautiful images, as well as some sentiments in there as well. So that is that one. I'm just going to move that one over. There is a matching die set for that one as well. Then we have the eucalyptus jar. So in this one we have a large eucalyptus in a jar, as the name suggests. And then we have some sentiments in here as well. And these are all in different styles and fonts, which is really, really cool. And I am loving the sentiments in this one. It's one of my favorites from the release. So that one is the eucalyptus jar. Hi there everyone, and thank you for joining and for sharing as well. I can see lots of sharing going on. So as well as the stamp set, we have the die set, which is going to cut out the eucalyptus jar as well as the circled sentiments that are in the set. And then we have the mask stencil just for the jar piece in there. This one is so cool. I'm going to move this over. So this one is the Mandala Maker. We have 5 different little dotted circles with each a little dot in the center, and then lots of kind of confetti images that you're going to use to make your mandalas. This one is really fun to use, and look at the inspiration in here. It's so fun, and I'm going to show you how I use that one as well. So that one's the Mandala Maker. You can see that this is the kind of effect that you're going to get. And then you can also get the die set. So instead of stamping the images, you can in fact create your mandalas out of different coloured cardstock that way. Then we have the striped circle. So this one's a large background stamp, which is stripes and then it's left a negative circle in the center of it. So you're going to be able to add lots of different elements to the center to create a really great focal point. We have a border of the stripes as well as sentiments in there too. Okay, so that's all of the 6x8 sets. I'm going to move these ones in now. So this one is the Firefighter Heroes. So this is going to go with the rest of the hero sets that we have in our products. So I'm just going to move down so I can see anything. And we have a little fire hydrant, a little extinguisher, hose, and a firefighter's hat. As well as that, we do have the matching die set, which is going to cut those out too. As well as some great sentiments on there as well. Forgot to mention that. Then if you do want another sentiment set, and you did love our Better Together, we have our Better Together too. So this one has lots of different sentiments on here in 2 different fonts, which mix and match together. And it's always about being kind. So in a world where you can be anything, be kind. I think that's one of my favorite sentiments from this one. Then we have the 2021. Can you believe that it's going to be 2021 very, very soon? Because I most certainly cannot. So we have the 2021 in the numerals and the words, as well as celebrate and happy. So you can use that on your New Year's cards or your journals, anything like that. And it does stamp out very prettily there. We have some new 3D embossing folders. So if you wanted ones to add to your holiday card making, this might be the one that is for you. So this one is the Perfect Poinsettias, and you can see just how deep and 3D that impression is. So you can either use it the way where it comes out or where it gets embossed in. So it's up to you which way you want to use that one. Then we have the Geo Stripes. I am a lover of geometric designs with florals, so this one is right up my alley. So this one matches with the Step Builder stencil, I believe. And you can see that you've got really great impression there. Or you can have the embossed side as well. So that's a really cool one to use. Okay, we also have some fine liners. We have lots of different tools in this release. So I'm just going to grab these out. They come in a very pretty box too. And in here you have a fine liner brush. You have a fine liner 02, 01, and 005. So I'm just going to quickly give a little scribble of each one of these. This one is the thinnest one. And you can see you're going to have a really delicate line with that one. And you can do a little bit of writing with it too. Then we have the 01. This one's a little bit fatter, I would say. Not a whole lot of difference between those two. But when you take the 2, this one is quite bold. I love the fact that you're going to get all of these in one pack, so you don't have to choose which one that you do want. And then we have the brush. So this means you're going to be able to get a really thin line, and then the harder you push, the thicker line you're going to get. So if you are into the proper brush lettering, which I am not great at, you'll be able, this one is going to be right up your alley. So that's the fine liner pens. We then have some washi tape. So we have 3 different ones. We have, my desk is on a little bit of an angle, so I'm just going to roll them up against my computer. So this one is the Peachy Tiles. So we have like peachy, yellow, pink tones in this one. And this one is 2.5, I believe, yeah, 2.5 inches by 10 meters. So you've got a whole lot of beautiful honeycomb goodness on there, I would say. Then we have these 2, which I think work together perfectly. So we have the pink watercolor washi tape and the blue watercolor washi tape. So this one is the pink one, obviously, because it's pink. And in here you've got pinky and purple tones with, you know, little watercolor brush strokes in there. And we also have the blue ones, which is you know, blue tones. So, there we go. So you've got darker and lighter blues in there as well. Okay, last but not least, I think is one of my favorite things in this release, and I know that a lot of you have been excited for this and have maybe already purchased it. So this is the mini ink decal set. So in this, you're going to get all of the colours for our colours that we have at the moment. And you can see that they're all on glossy stickers. So that means if you do get ink on it, it's just going to wipe off. If you are like me and you have, you know, taken out your mini inks before now, had lots of colours arranged and used with the lids off, and then you didn't know which colours went with which lids, this is going to be perfect for you, because this means that you can pop the colours on the bottom like this, and so even when you've got your top off, even when the top's off the ink, you can still see the colour which is in the ink pad, so you're not going to get confused that way. Okay, so that is the pumpkin pie one, so I'm just going to pop one on just so you can see how easy it is. So I have my yellow ochre here. I'm just going to grab the sticker off the sheet, the decal even. They're quite thick too. And it is suggested that you start from the middle of one side, but I find it's easier if I pop the name dead center on one side and then just kind of wrap this piece around. Now these two ends will overlap, but if you don't want them to overlap, you could always just do a little bit of a snip there if you wanted to. Just checking, see if I've missed anything. Yep, Teresa, you're gonna love these little mini ink things. They're so cute. And I love that we've got the names of the ink sets as well. So if you wanted to pop them onto your storage, maybe you have a storage tin like I know that a lot of you do, you could pop the names of the colour families within that one from there onto there as well, which is, you know, quite handy. And I do love a little bit of pretty storage. Okay, so I can move those over. I have got all of my mini inks out today, so please let me know what you would like to see first. So I can see that a lot of people are loving the decals, which is cool. So if we don't get a little bit of an answer, I will just start, and you know, if you want something else, just let me know. Oh, I know what we should start with. We should start with the Mandala Maker because, you know, it's clever. Okay, just checking to see if no one has said anything, but nope. So we're gonna go with this one. So you can see that we've got four different large ones with the dot in the center, and then we have a smaller one here. Now I do find that these are probably best to use with your MISTI, so you don't add too much pressure down, because ink can get onto this bit and you don't want it on this bit. Okay, I will show the embossing folders, sorry. I'm just gonna go on to this one first, everyone, sorry. So I would recommend a MISTI or something of that ilk to help you not get it on this bit, and you can always wipe it off with a baby wipe anyway. So let's get a panel, and I'm going to go with the larger one first. Seem to have lost my thing on there. Okay, so I'm going to pop that down, and you're going to want to use a really light ink to ink this up. So I'm going to go with my limestone. I should have grabbed my vanilla cream out, but this is what I had. So I'm just going to ink those up. Add a little tiny bit of ink to that centerpiece. Hopefully I haven't got any ink on that other part of the circle. Okay, Right, now, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see those dots, but there are very, very faint dots there which are going to help me out. So once I have that one, and I'm going to then move down. I'm going to place that center dot onto the center dot, and I'm going to try and get these in between these ones this time. I think I went directly the first time I used it. I'm not 100% sure. So again, round, and I don't need to add that little dot in this time because I already have it from that space. And I'm sorry, I've got glare, then I haven't got glare, and there's not enough light. Hopefully we should be good by next week. We have a new lighting system currently happening next week. Okay. Next one. Again, I'm lining up that dot. And does anyone have a preference on what kind of shapes you want this mandala to have, or should we just have a mix? I think I had a mix on my other card, but we can mix again. I'm all for the mixing stamp sets and everything. Again, on the dot. Round about that. Okay, so we're going for a mix. Oh, mix and a teardrop pattern. Okay, we can do lots of teardrops with the mix. Okay, so I'm not sure if you can see. I'm going to try and lift this up a little bit. The little dots that I popped down are very, very faint, and you need them to be faint because you don't want them to pop through the other stamps that you are going to pop down. So I'm going to go with some circles around the edge, and you can see here just how many different images that you do have. So the circles, you have them in a variety of different sizes. Just going to grab some colours out, and let's go with Coral Berry. It's a colour that I haven't used in a while. It's the first one in my little tin, so he just jumped out at me. So I'm going to try and get that centered over that little dot that we have there. And I think that getting the decals as well, you may go back through your inks and think, oh, I haven't used that ink for ages. Because I haven't put all mine on yet, because I still want them to look pretty for the Facebook Live. So that's why they're not on. But I will get them on. I was so excited to pop them on, but I thought, you know what, restrain yourself, Lydia, just for a couple of days. You'll be able to pop them on soon. I'm thinking, as I've got this pink tin open, I just go with mainly pinks and reds on this one. Okay, so there's that. And then people were asking for teardrops, so I'm going to pick one that's going to fit in between those circles. And let's go with Pinkalicious. Let's go Pink Crazy. This one has a purpley tone. But I do love this stamp set because if I hadn't had these little dots here, there is no way I could have done this. I wouldn't have had the patience to either draw my little guide or try and figure out where things need to go. I just like to be able to stamp and not have to worry about maths. So I'm going to go hearts and then teardrops again because, you know, people wanted teardrops. Let's go. Do we dare go red? Do we dare? Yes, we do. So, it would be nice to know what everyone's favorite. I'm trying to fix the glare, but it just doesn't want to play. That one's too big. Okay. Hopefully the glare's a little bit better now. We're going to go for a smaller heart. Nancy, yeah, I think this is a whole lot easier than having to figure it out yourself. Because I think if I had to figure it out, there would be no way that I would stamp mandalas. But as I'm just kind of eyeballing the center of each of those little dots that we have there into the center of the image that I'm using, it's quite easy. I think this definitely could be used for a Valentine's card, even though it's November. I shouldn't be thinking about Valentine's Day just yet. My computer is not helping me out today. Okay, so there's the heart, and then we're going to go back into the teardrops. Oh, I ran out of small blocks. Okay, and there is a number of different ones that we can use. I'm going to go for pink diamonds. We're going to have a really light one in the center. Now, my little dot is being shown through this layer, but I can counteract that, so let's not worry about that at this precise moment. I mean, the other ones are good to go. Sorry I've gone quiet, everyone. There we go. So, I don't know if you can see, but my little dot is kind of poking through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of the smaller ones of the same shape, and I'm going to go up a colour, so that means the Pinkalicious. And we can in fact layer these. So it's not a layering set, but if you wanted to add a little bit more interest or cover something up, you can stamp a smaller one of the same image within, and I think that adds so much more to it. I don't think it looks so, you know, stark. So I could keep going and I could add a second layer to all of the little images, but we want to be able to see some more things. Yeah, you could start from the middle if you wanted to. It's completely up to you. I always find it easier to work inwards though. Okay. Then I'm going to take one of those sentiments from the Eucalyptus Jar set, because, you know, there's some circle ones in there that would fit perfectly. Hopefully I've left enough room. So I'm just going to go with the thanks. Pop these back into position, because otherwise I will lose them. I don't want to be losing any of those. Oops. Okay. I really thought I dropped it on, but yay. There we go. So you can see just how fun it is to create, and I think that these ones with the 2 layers is really more effective than maybe just the solid layers, so it's really cool to play with that one. Okay, someone wanted to see the embossing folders. Now I have them already embossed, so I'm gonna take one of those and we're just gonna add a little bit of ink to it. So I'm going to take the Perfect Poinsettia one. So you can see here that you've got some really, deep impression within the embossing folder, and it is really, really pretty in itself. All I've done is I've just popped a little piece of white cardstock in there and then run that through my die cutting machine. Now you may need to play with your plates with this one, because I had to kind of get rid of a couple of plates so it would go through. You don't want to do it so it's really tight and that you're forcing it through your machine. You just want it to go through like you would normally cutting a thin die. So you do really want to have a plate with that. So this is the Perfect Poinsettia, and let's grab some red ink. I have my mini ink blending tools, and they should be in stock soon as well, so if you were waiting on those to come in, they should be in pretty soon. If you want to know exactly when they do come in, you might want to set up for an email. When they come in, they will email you and let you know that they're in, which is really good. Back in stock notifications are the best. So I'm just using ruby red on this one. And just adding that little bit of ink to it has really made the images pop, and you can see just how many different layers there are in this flower arrangement. I do want to add a bit of gold or something to those. I don't think I have gold ink out, but I have my gold ink spray. I'm wondering if I could dab it on. So there we go. So you can see that way, but you don't necessarily have to use it that way. We can flip it over as well. It's not going to hate me. It'll be okay. And then you can do it on the debossed side as well. So this is going to give you another look. Depends which way you want to use it. You don't have to put any ink on it either. You could definitely just use it as a white on white background, which I really do like doing because it kind of adds something, but not too much, if you know what I mean. Oh, Lynn, this is very, very pretty. So that one is the deboss side, and then we have the embossed side. So I wanted to add a little bit of gold, but as my gold is on the other side of the craft desk, or the craft room, sorry, I'm going to see if I can kind of add some gold just using the nozzle. You know, as crafters, we'll try anything once. I mean, it's working. Not the not the effect I had in mind, but you know, there's gold on there now. Okay, I don't have any Christmas sentiments, but if I did, all I think that it would take is just a little Christmas sentiment or a large Christmas sentiment, and then you could definitely just pop that on there. So that is that one. How do you know which one is embossed and which one is debossed? Anna, the one that is embossed will be up, so convex, and then the one that is debossed is the concave, so it goes in. So the images on this one are pointing upwards, and this one they're pressed into the paper. I mean, there's not much of a difference on either side, but there is a difference that you can tell. Hopefully that makes sense to you. Okay, so that one is there. I wanted to show the sparkled. Okay, because this one works particularly well with the mask stencil. So as you can see, there isn't a base layer in the stamp set itself, but if you do have the mask stencil, it means that you can put the base layer in. So that's what I wanted to show you guys. Just gonna move this over. I think I need a bigger desk, but if I had a bigger desk, would that mean I would make more mess? Does anyone else have a really big desk and it still gets messy? Or do you keep it really clean? So, just gonna go with my obsidian. Let's dump this down. There is the matching die set, so we can cut this one out, or we can just leave it where it is. I think it always depends on how you're feeling that day. Okay, so I have that. As I said, there's no base layer in the stamp set, but if you have the mask stencil, you have easily got a base layer. So I should really quickly heat set that layer. So I'll just quickly heat set that. And then I have this. I should really mark the front. I do normally, but I haven't today. Oh, that looks like it goes over there. The wrong way. There we go. Yep. So, because that took me a little while to find, it's always a good little idea to maybe mark the front of your stencil with an artist marker or an alcohol marker, maybe a Sharpie, whatever you have to hand, just to make sure that you know which way it goes straight off. Okay. Okay, Anna, may I ask? Okay. So if you wanted a basic black ink, the obsidian is amazing, but it is out of stock at the minute. But we do have a mixed media ink which works in the same way, and I can show you a little bit more in depth on that in a sec. Basic colours. Now, I would say a red set. My favourite red set is not really a red set. It is a corally colour. So we have the Pink Pearl, the Coral Bliss, and the Vineyard Berry. We'll use it for this one. And greens, it depends on if you want vibrant or more tonal, realistic green looking leaf shades. I'll show you my green sets in a sec so you can have a quick look at them. And I have lots of favorite greens, but this one I would say is my favorite red set. I'm just gonna try and get some ink off that. You can either clean it with a baby wipe or you can just keep going until there's no ink left on it. And I'm going to use pink pill for my base layer. Okay. Just going to quickly add this on. Now you don't have to use the mask stencil if you didn't want to, but I do find that if you wanted that base layer, this is the perfect way to get it. Okay, so that's my pink pill down. Just going to remove that. That's going to need a clean. Just a quick go over with a baby wipe will be perfect. And then we're going to go in with the layers. So this is the first. Okay. So I'm going to go with my Coral Bliss. And I'm going to pop that on. Round about here. I have stamped this one up numerous times, so I kind of know how this one's going to go together. There's my Coral Bliss. And then the Heartbeat, the next layer. So this is one of my favorite red collections. I think it goes that way. Could be. There we go. Right about there. You do get the layering guide on the back, as per usual, so you can see exactly how to layer this one up. So I'm going to go for some yellows. There's a number of different yellows. We have orangey yellows. These are my favorite for like autumny colors. They're more muted, so this is the Fall Harvest collection. I'm going to miss out the lightest one, which was the butternut, and go straight in with the pumpkin pie, because I needed something a little bit darker than the base layer that we had there. Then we have a second, oops, I've dropped something. I don't know what it was, where I dropped it. I'm going to miss out the yellow ochre. I'm going to go into this Sicilian amber. So I think that these yellowy tones work with all of the colours that we do have. I mean, there's some like the Pocket Full of Sunshine that wouldn't work with the more muted blues and purples that we have. I think there would be too much of a stark contrast there. So I've got my flower all stamped up. I'm then going to take the mask from the mask stencil, and I'm going to pop that over. Okay, I've just got a little bit of glue tape on the back of there. Not enough by the look of it because it was moving around. So I just use my Altenew tape glue, take a little bit of that stick off, and then pop that down. Okay. So I'm just going to pop two of the same leaf down, just so you can see how this works. Right, so I'm going to use the jet black for this one, because this does work pretty much the same as the obsidian, but it is water soluble, so you can watercolor with this, but if you do heat set it, you can then use it to watercolor images. So you can use this for the outline, heat set it, and then it'll be perfect. I'll show you what I mean in a minute, because I don't think I'm explaining myself very well. Okay, I know what I dropped now. It was my mask stencil. So I'm going to keep this in place. I just want to get rid of some of that ink. Maybe get that off first, Lydia. give it a wipe, give it a dry. And then I can get the coordinating leaf part. And let's grab some greens. Okay, it doesn't look like I've brought all my greens out. Sorry, Anna. I do have some of my favorites though. So these are the tropical forest. These ones are really bright green. If you wanted to start off with a set and you wanted to blacken them though, you could go with the Green Hills. And that has more, I would say, natural looking greens. Oops, I should have heat set before inking. Lydia. Okay, yeah. So I was just showing you there that you should always heat set first. Not that I made a mistake or anything. Okay, so I've done that one. I didn't heat set that one very well, but you know. Okay, but always heat set. Always with your mixed media ink. So once I've done that, I can then add the other part of the leaf. I'm going to miss out the olive, which is my favourite. I'm going to go straight in with moss. And as you can see, I've still got that mask over that flower. So when I remove that, it looks like that the leaves are in fact behind it. Okay, I'm just gonna move this down so I can see. Hopefully I haven't missed any comments. Oh, and I'm really sorry about that. Hopefully everything starts looking up in 2021. Okay. Oops. Trying to check out these comments. Sorry everyone. My computer is just really not playing. Anna, I'm not really sure. It depends on what you want. If you like florals, maybe you get a couple of different florals. Maybe an outline set so you can colour or watercolor it or anything like that. So there is that. I did want to show you the jet black in all its glory. So pretend this is watercolor cardstock. I don't have any at hand, but I'm just trying to show you if you did want an option if you can't get hold of the obsidian. So as you can see, it stamps pretty well. It stamps the details really good. Also, you can use this on other things like wood and fabric. So, I'm going to do, oops, just take that water, and you can see when I do that, it is going to blend and bleed because it's water based. But, okay, if we heat set it, okay, and then we take that water. I should really make sure that brush is clean. It's set in, so the marks I'm making is just from my dirty brush, but you're going to be able to watercolor with this as well. So there are so many different ways that you can use the mixed media jet black. So you know, if you wanted something that wasn't the obsidian and you wanted it to maybe do a couple more things, I would definitely say that. Oh, Teresa, yeah, I can't, I need more room, I think. Ooh, Vicky says about the embossing folder is to add some embossing ink to it and then add some gold powder, and that would be very, very pretty. Okay, okay, so there is that one. Oh, we have lots of sentiments too. So I'm gonna go with my favorite sentiment from the Better Together stamp set, which is, you can be anything in this world. Where is it? In a world where you can be anything, be kind. Okay. And pop that on. And I do all of my cards onto a panel. So if I do, you know, get it mucky on the back, I can just pop that onto a card base and no one is gonna know. So hopefully that helps. Yeah, so we are on Facebook and YouTube, and I'm not sure which one is getting more comments. So hopefully I'm not missing any. It's a little bit confusing, but we're good. So we have about 10 more minutes. So I was going to show you the beautiful pen sketched silhouette. So I wanted to show you how, you know, we can get some really beautiful effects with this. I have got no room left on here, but we'll be okay. I'm going to grab my Misty again, because I wanted to show you how you can get like ombre effects with your stamps. Okay. So I've just got one of the images. I'm not sure how it's going to go yet. I'm thinking maybe we can have it going across like that, and then flip it and have it the same the other side. Now this is a new stamp. I haven't used this one, so I'm just going to grab an eraser. So this is just a normal eraser, and I'm just going to prep the surface just by rubbing over it. So this means that the ink is going to sit on here perfectly the first time. I'm going to go with pinks again, you know, because I have them out. So I'm going to go with the pink pearl, and I'm just going to add that to this flower, and I'm kind of going a third. Now I don't want this harsh line, so I'm just going to take a blending tool. I'm just going to blend that out. You can do it with a sponge or a makeup brush as well. Okay, so there is that part. And I'm going to go up a shade. I say that I'm going to go up a shade, but I've lost it. If anyone knows where my Coral Bliss has gone. Ah, there we go. It was upside down. So I'm going to add that down. And again, I'm going to buff out both of those edges this time. So the one that's that side and that side there. And pop down. And then heartbeat. Okay, and then I'm just going to need to buff this edge, because I don't think that edge is going to make, ooh, very close, very, very close. There we go. And then I'm going to twist and do the same again. So pink pearl. And I think everyone's going to be really surprised that I haven't used Lagoon today. I know Sue will be. Okay. So there's that one. Then Coral Bliss in the centerpiece. Buff away. Put that down. And then heartbeat. And there we go. So I'm going to take one of the sentiments from this one, the Eucalyptus Jar, because we have a really huge sentiment in here that I think is great. I think it's from Winnie the Pooh. Not 100%, but I think it is. Well, part of it is. I'm going to go straight over the top of that one. Okay, and there we go. So we managed to make 3 cards and a panel today. So we have a little panel here. Please let me know if there are any comments that I may have missed during the live stream. Okay, I'm just trying to go through. I would definitely try the Sue, yep. I haven't used my Lagoon today. Oh, Sue, yes, yellow flowers. They would be very pretty. Okay, so I think I'm okay. I'm going to move you guys up. Oops. Me and technology today. Not the best of friends. Okay, so hey there everyone. Hopefully I haven't missed any of the comments. A lot has been going on. It's been very busy out there. We are loving that you are loving our release as much as we do. Just checking on that, and I don't think there was anything that I missed, so hopefully we are good. Hopefully you have enjoyed today and maybe seen a couple of different things that you haven't thought about yourself, maybe inspired you to use your things in different ways, especially with the techniques that I have shared today. You can definitely use these with the stamps that you already own and have a play with them, you know, get them out, give them some love. So again, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Thank you to the lovely Kathleen for being there, for feeding me the comments, and for adding in all of the links to both Facebook and YouTube. So very thank you. Very, very thank you, Kathleen. And everyone, I will see you again soon. Have a great week and great weekend. Bye-bye.